Hello my crafty friends, it's Krista here from Second Chance Creation, and as promised I'm sharing with you what I've made today in the live that I watched with Laurie from Girl on the Ridge and Maggie White, and I'm going to leave the link below in the description box just in case you didn't get it from my last video or the video before that. And I had a blast. Really loved it. But I've made it, different, of course, because we all put our own little twist into it, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? So, I'm going to tidy up here. I've been busy getting stuff together because it's my last night crafting for a few days. So, oh my goodness, I'm in love. And I've been wanting to do this for a while, but was never really game to do it, which sounds a bit silly, I suppose. But oh my goodness, that's seen better days, hasn't it? Yeah. So, and what I used throughout as well, bits of linen ripped up, hankies these are new, that I coffee dyed, and they come up pretty cool. And here it is. So love it. Of course it's not finished because this is going to get really huge. It's going to be a journal that has been lost in an attic and has been put here and there, and then one day it was found, was wrapped up in an old bag, probably something like that, and was tucked in a trunk. And so it was battered and bruised, and it holds memories, photos, letters, and that's the storyline on this journal. Okay, so but I had fun putting this together. Corrugated iron, yeah, right, corrugated cardboard. And I'm going to have it like in that nice sapphire, chip sapphire that I'm going to be using, with a touch of pink throughout, black and white photos. So what I've done is, this is all my packaging paper, and the reason I used it because it is quite strong, right? For me to tear it, I'd have to be, right? And it has sort of like a, I don't know, like a thready sort of consistency in it. So that's why I've used it. And I suppose in the early days they didn't have fancy coffee dyed paper, did they? So that's what I'm thinking about. They've just put on some torn pages, together with a bit of string. Laurie and Maggie did it with rings, and the only rings that I have are these, which I used when I put the pages together so that at least they're not going to float around and I don't lose the order, or the holes get skewered. So I put these on, which I think were great. Once I do a page, put it on, next page, put it on, and that way they were all connected by the time I finished, and then I could play around with it. So each page has been, and you could sew this, the fabric has been glued and on both sides of the page, because as you know, once you use it, you don't want to tear this, so. And when they made this, when they wrote down their memories and put in their photos and moments, they didn't have much fabric, so they tore up what they had, I suppose. And yes, they might have had an old handkerchief or an old doily somewhere, and they ripped it up. And yeah, so you'll see the bit of blue and the bit of pink in there, and it lays really flat. Okay, and I've put on some of the sapphire. I haven't finished yet. I mean, I've just because I don't have a crocodile, the big bite, or those crocodile punchy things, I use this, and oh my goodness, my wrist, my hand was, yeah, but, you know, to go through these layers. But, you know, I got there. And so I just, and you know, you can hear the crunchiness, can't you? So this is what these look like. And look how easy it is to flip over. Here I've used a doily. There's the other doily with a bit of tapestry. Not tapestry, embroidery. And, you know, some of the glue come through, but that's made it look aged, so I didn't really care. And that's upside down. So have I got that upside down? Have I got the right way up? I might not have the right way up. Okay. I'll probably start at the back. Did I start at the back? Oh, I'm just going to have to have a look. Anyway, but I'll put it the right way up. That's right. I've got the... That's right. I've got it right now. Oh, my goodness. So, yes, I wanted to have that shown in the beginning. So, yes, but look, you know. And as it gets chunkier, it's going to get a lot wider, isn't it? So, that's why I've left... I just done a, you know, easy, simple sort of knot that I can undo and make it wider if I have to, because, you know, it'll come right out, and then I've still got room here, and then once I've finished, I'll knot and glue them. So, yes. But what I've done was, I've got these really old buttons, and I went through all my button stash because I wanted sort of like a bluey, tingy button, but all there was 3 or 4 of each. I needed 6. And then I decided I'll maybe have the odd one, and no, it just didn't grab me. And then the last jar had this packet. I'm going, oh yes, exactly what I was after. They look very much like the buttons my dad used to have on a coat that he brought back from Germany when they migrated to Australia in 1965. Except this top was brown, but it's very similar button. So yes, and of course this is going to get layered. I'm going to have quite a few layers on here, and yeah, it's gonna look amazing. So I lined the inside of this with this handmade paper, and because it had sticky, you know, sticky tape and print and all that on it, didn't really look that cool. I haven't sort of cut these off yet. I've just left them. I'm not going to do that till I actually finish, and then I might just trim them and fray them again, because it's got to look old. And even though this looks flat, it won't be by the time I've finished with it. And Laurie did ask me how big this journal was, and I didn't even have a ruler. So it's going to be 7.5 long inches. And it'll be about, say, 5.5 inches wide. And of course, the journals that they did in the live was pretty small, but it was chunky monkey. And it was cool, and it was made to put photos in. And I want this to be so that there's some, you know, you can use it and write in it. So what I've done is, I've collected some ephemera already and some old photos, and what I've done is I've torn the edges, and what I've just run the, you know, scissors along to make them look really worn. A ticket, someone ripped a person that looks to me like someone's, and I did that on purpose, ripped as though someone had to rip, you know, took the person away out of the picture. Here's the ticket, and, you know, here again, a couple of friends here. Again, someone's ripped someone out of the photo. And here they are there on, you know, on the train, all the men, all the workers, part of the family. So, and I've got some more here, ephemera, and I'll just show you what I'm going to use in here. I'll probably change my mind as I go along. I'm yet to figure out what I'm going to put on the front. This was of a music book, and I just love the colour, and I've kept this. It's an old photo, so that might go in there as well. And I'm going to age all these. A ration book, you know, that's out of a magazine. and I'll just back that with some paper. The same with this. Here's one of my skins. I'm going to make a tag out of it. This is with the dressmaker's pattern paper. This I got out of a magazine. I think that'll make a cute little card. And yes, it's that one. I'm not sure whether I use this, but I'm going to use a couple of these. This is one of the ones I printed out when I made that that doll journal, and so I might use that as well. That's a pretty cool photo. And what I'm going to do now is, when I found this, it's come out of 1949. 1949? Yeah, 1949. Woman's Weekly magazine. But what I want to do is I want to make a letter, and of course I don't have any fancy envelopes, and I printed this out from Pinterest. Oh God, about 3 years ago now, I think it's been, or no 2 years. And but that's only on coffee dyed paper. So I've got hold of one of my coffee dyed letters. So I'm just going to make what you call probably a faux envelope. I've already cut this and glued this, so I just thought I'd share with you how I'm going to make this really old and torn, and then I've just got to find a letter to go with it. So I'm just going to glue this. I'm not going to worry about the window because I've got quite a few of those window envelopes, and let's see how we go. I hope you can't hear that kerfuffle outside. Neighbours across the road, kids are. I've got a little jumping trampoline which has got a cage around it, and the kids always love going out there. So I'm just going to put that on there. So when you don't have, anything that's that you bought to make it look original, well, you just use what you have, don't you? Okay, so that's, I just glued that in a different way, but that's okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tear it, because they obviously tore it to have a look to see who sent it and what the letter is, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So, okay, there. I just cut that bit off. Otherwise it's going to drive me crazy. And then I'm going to, okay, where's my blue? Oh yeah, that's right, I chucked it, didn't I? I'll do a little bit of, let me put that pin back in here, in my little duvet. So yeah, so this will be my last video for the next, I won't be back till Monday. So I'm just going to put something under that so I don't ruin. I'll use this. There we go. Let's use this. I don't know why that's black there, but that's how it was printed out. And in Germany, when you get a letter with a black line around it, it means someone's passed away. I still have my grandmother's letter that we received when she passed away, and has exactly the same black around it. So who knows, I'm just going to make it so that it looks as though someone's put their finger mark or something on there, Maybe I should. There you go. See? They've tried to open it and they've got their finger marks on there. So yeah, so this is already looks old, and it's going to get scrunched up. And they've got to make it look authentic, I suppose. See? And because it's got the blue on the inside, and I'll just And I'll just do another fingerprint because what they did is they opened it up, see? You know, it could have been in the attic for years and years and years. And then I've just got to find a ladder to go in there. Let's see if I can make this a little bit. You know, it's probably all a little bit rough and ready for you guys, but that's how I make my journals. And when I sort of have a story, I sort of immerse myself in it, and yeah, and that's how my journals come together, because I sort of put myself in that story. You know, how I would feel finding a journal like this, and that's been hidden away. And yeah, don't worry about this craft mat. Got it from the op shop for 50 cents. Cutting mat, yeah, right. See, did the first cut and it, yeah, let me down. So yeah, so there is that one. Okay, so that's going to go in there. And I've got a postcard here front, so I might just use that as well and put it on the old postcard. I have another letter if I wanted it. And here is one. This is a really, looks like a really old one. I might make another one with that sort of front on it. That looks pretty cool. And a correspondence card. This is from, looks like German writing. Yeah, so that's what so I won't use that. I've changed my mind, so I'm just going to use this one, and I use that one. And I might just highlight this a little bit more. Maybe I'll use a bit of blue. Oh, yes. We found a few notes like this when we moved in the house and we took our fireplace apart. We found an old photo, and the great grandchildren that we have actually met. They came to the house. I wanted to see, you know, go down memory lane, and we met them, and really, really nice ladies. So, and we gave them the photo back. So does that look like it's been beaten, battered, and God knows what? Yep. And so I'm going to do 2 letters in that journal. So this is what I'm starting to look for. So, and I've got some paper clips that I've already pre-made, and they're going to get all dollied up, grunged up. And I've got some photos, so I'm going to make a film strip of some of these photos. This is from my Tim Holtz pad. So yeah, so I hope you like my little show and tell. Like I promised, I'll take you to the journey. I might tear these down a little bit, and not that it's going to make much difference, because by the time I put my ruffles on, laces and doilies and who knows what in there, you probably won't be able to see it. So yeah, so thanks for watching. Thanks for your encouraging words, and welcome to my new subscribers. I can't believe how quickly my channel is growing now. So yeah, so anyway, I'm going to leave the link in the description box below from Laurie's live that we had today, and you can have a look. I think it went for 2 and a bit hours. And yes, and I just looked at this, and I've got this handmade paper. I might just darken it, and that might be a bit that I can use as well. So yeah, so I'll leave the link below so you can have a look. Amazing crafters, very inspirational. Good night, and I'll see you in about 5 days with another update. Happy crafting, stay safe, bye for now.